Hi everyone, it's Nicole and I'm here with another layout that I got done back in October 2022. I had, I don't know, 60 page kits. I did end up making 26 layouts. This is number 20 out of 26. It took me 30 minutes to complete and I love this collection from Simple Stories. I think it's called Cottage something. It's so beautiful. I love, or maybe it's Lakeside. It's called Lakeside. That's what it is. But I love all the pattern papers. I love the papers with the mushrooms. I love the embellishments. I like the tones of this layout. And there was one sheet that had all kinds of cut aparts, and I decided to take this one here, the Explore the Outdoors. And I really love that gingham looking pattern paper. So I'm going to use that 4x6 card. I'm going to use a little bit of that gingham paper. And as you can tell, I'm kind of putting it up against that brown background. And I'm like, how would I like this? You know, do I want to put that 4x6 right at the corner and then cut a piece of that pattern paper, put it on the opposite sides, which I love doing that. And then I had one of our wood slices, and I think that one's about maybe 5 inches big, and I love those. Talking about digital files, the winter blue sales is going to end very shortly. So if you put in winter 50, it's 50% off all the single files and most of the classes. And the only class that's not on sale is the newest ones. And then if you put in winter 20, you get an extra 20% off the bundles, which the bundles are already 40% off. And all the instructions how to add the coupons at checkout is on our website. You just click on the little photo and then it'll show you exactly how to do it. Okay, now I've looked at that paper long enough. I'm like, okay, at one point, you got to start sticking. Just stick it down, because you can mess around with papers for a long time and then you still have nothing to show for. So I just kind of took the paper and kind of put it up, close to that 4x6 and said, kind of marked with my finger where I wanted it to cut. And then I didn't cut the length, because then I'm like, you know what? I'll put it up against it and then I can just cut that piece off. And I really love how I make page kits now, because when this is done, I have quite a bit of cardstock left. I have quite a bit of pattern paper left. I have tons of embellishments left. So instead of dispersing that everywhere, right away, I put it in a baggie and I make another page kit. And then that way it does two things. One, I get a page kit that's already started. And two, it gives a chance to all those, pattern papers that I didn't use, or the cardstock that I didn't use. And then that way I get more bang for my buck. I found that over the years, I was taking, that stuff and then putting it, like, yes, in a drawer or something like that. And then it could be years before I saw that pattern paper again. And another thing is, I find that because I make page kits, a lot of times my embellishments get separated from the pattern papers, and then it's hard to kind of get them to come back together. But if I do it this way, if I make a page kit right away, then the leftover pattern papers are with the embellishments. And then if I get to a point that it gets really low, the rest of the pattern papers are together in the collection. So I can just go find the collection and add more pattern papers. Another thing that I started doing is, when I make page kits, instead of, for this one, let's say I used brown viewfinders and 1.5 inch circles and that kind of stuff. Now what I do is, because I put a lot of the collection in a page kit, I look at the colors that are in that collection. And since I have the 2-inch viewfinders out, I go, hey, I can do a turquoise for this. I can do brown. I can do red. I can do yellow. And I put the viewfinders in the kit right away. Same thing 1.5 with the 1.5 inch circles and all the labels and all the things like the mushrooms or whatever. And then when I do one page, I decide, okay, today I'm going to use blue. And then when I put the page again in the plastic bag, all I have to do is find a background for the next page. And probably at some point I'll start doing that too and say, okay, I'll put a white on in here, and I'll put a craft, and I'll put a light blue. And then all of a sudden, these one page kits, I'll be able to, do 2-3 pages right in a row. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be that as soon as I finish this one, I make another page. It can certainly be that, but it doesn't have to be that, because I find sometimes, once I'm done playing with these papers and these embellishments, if you will, I'm over it. So I can move on to something else, do something a different color, and then maybe 4 or 5 pages from now, come back to this, revisit it, and get another page done. Talking about having a ton of pages done, we are getting a ton of pages done with Scrapathon right now. It's not too late to join. As soon as you would join, you would get the first 13 days, and it's self-paced, so you can work on that at your pace, and the videos are uploaded every day, and we have 31 challenges, and I'm really happy with the different challenges that we did this time. They're a lot of fun, and I'm loving the pages that are coming from those challenges. Now, another thing that I have to start doing is making page kits like Project 100. Do you remember that? I need to get back to that and start making pages for my scrap room. Yes, I had probably about 30 page kits left from this crop, but I've used quite a bit because every Thursday we go live and I make 1 or 2 pages, and that's where I'm getting my page kits, is from those leftover page kits. So they don't go wasted. And I love those page kits because they have everything in them. They have the title done. They have, all the embellishments cut apart. They have the photos, and they even have the journaling. So I think even for the page kits for my craft room, at some point, I'm going to probably incorporate, okay, let's add some pictures into this and the journaling and everything. And then when I go to make those pages, then they are completely done. I especially love this page kit because I love neutrals with different colors. I love brown with pink. I love brown with blue. I love brown with green. I just love adding brown to these colors. I just find it makes those colors pop. So that's it. That is going to complete this layout. And I just want to give a big shout out to all my patrons and just say a big thank you. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit subscribe if you're enjoying these videos. If you wouldn't mind, give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below. And I want to thank you so much for watching. Bye.